Reg, get a statement for the club.
Got it, bud.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox. You're on the panel tonight as the one and only Bridgman and the legend that is GFK. Evening, gents.
Evening, Oxshire. Evening, Bridgman.
Well, can I say a big good evening to you guys in the panel? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Oh, Bridgman, you owe me 50 pence.
What's that for?
Oh, I'll put that 50 pence in for Ronnie Bell. I see he's back.
All right. Nice one.
Yeah, we'll put a hat on for you, Ronnie. Didn't go very well, but good to see you back. I hope everybody's safe out there, JFK. All the Blue Nose families doing a bit for the country and in the front line, and particularly in the NHS. All the best for everybody here at Rangers Radio.
Yep, definitely. All the people out there doing their level best to keep things ticking there. And a big shout out to my wife Alison, who's out there with the people who are trying to keep people safe and well. So
I'm doing my bit for the elderly. I've got you, Fox and Bridgman.
Oh well, okay then. Right, so
that's shocking saying that, by the way. I'm hurt.
No, I'm also doing my bit for the wrestlers. 2 wrestlers on the night, 2 wrestlers on last night.
Oh, there you
and
go.
Fox has done a bit of wrestling in his time up with Savoy.
Don't start talking about that. Dear.
Oh, that was his dating call, wasn't it? He just used to pick them up, take them to his shoulder the way he went.
Oh my God. Fox couldn't have done that, surely. Or are you talking about Jimmy?
Oh, Fox. Anyway, bit of news broke for the club yesterday. Obviously, we didn't have a chance to discuss it last night. Bridgman, I believe you get a statement for the club.
Yes, I've got a statement that was released yesterday, and I think this was after Dave King's initial statement. And it seems to be, it's caused a wee bit of, shall we say, a bit of consternation some places. But here we go, Rangers statement. Rangers Football Club is delighted to announce that Douglas Park has been appointed as interim chairman of Rangers International Football Club, PLC. Furthermore, we can confirm the appointment of John Bennett as deputy chairman of Rangers International Football Club. Douglas Park has decades of experience as a successful businessman, which is invaluable to Rangers as we continue to work towards our 150th anniversary. We are indebted to Douglas financial backing and support, with fans fondly recalling his part in the Three Bears takeover of 2015. John Bennett joined the Rangers International Football Club board in March 2015 as part of the regime change, when he invested substantial funds in Rangers. His consistent investment in the club is set to continue with further funding in the coming months. Mr. Bennett has over 3 decades of experience in investment management with a specialism in European companies. Rangers International Football Club is pleased to confirm that the funding plan announced at the recent AGM is well advanced, with significant investment already received and further commitments in place. The elevation of Douglas Park and John Bennett is another significant step forward for Rangers, and it's a sign of intent by the club. Mr. Park highlighted, it is a privilege to take on this position of the world's most successful football club. We have experienced some difficult days, but have emerged stronger than before. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I welcome the continued enthusiasm towards contributing to the future success of the company and the club. We will make further public comment in due course. Furthermore, Deputy Chairman John Bennett commented on the outgoing chairman. I want to place on record their sincere thanks to Dave King for the important contribution he made as a chairman of Rangers FC. In closing, Mr. Park highlighted the current health crisis throughout the world. I know what an institution Rangers is and what it means to our loyal fans. However, football is secondary at the moment, and it is vital that we follow the advice of the government and the medical experts to beat this virus. Please look after yourself and your loved ones. Thank you to the medical staff and all the key workers who are working tirelessly across the United Kingdom. End of statement.
All right, I think we'll take it in two parts, if that's all right with you, gentlemen. And then we'll take the sort of Dave King, and then we'll take what's happening going forward, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. I mean, Dave King will be judged, and he came in. For me, he took the cudgel up for us when maybe under a bit of duress or press gang. Would that be the right word, JFK? Yeah,
I would say so. I couldn't put it better myself, mate. Yep.
You know, and I've gave him 8.5 out of 10. And I'll tell you what, I'm taking the 1.5 for him. Right? I'm taking a 1.5 for Kachina. And I'm taking 0.5 point off for Murphy's second timer. And which I think was a mistake. But that's in hindsight. I think what he's done for us should never be forgotten. I don't think it will be this era of Rangers supporters, Bridgeman. And as I've said before on record, for me, the walkway, when you start walking up where the old staircase 13 was towards the shop, should be known as the King's Highway, in tribute to what Dave King's done for our club.
I certainly wouldn't say anything wrong with that. That's a brilliant statement to make. I'd back that 100%. I think what Dave King did for our club. Forgive me if I go into the personal part here. I think what Dave King did for my club was unbelievable. I don't know anybody else who could have done what he did and come in there and stand and fight and put money in, and the way he did it. And he snapped it away from these animals that were in there, just animals, and they were killing our club and everything about it. And he's managed to get in there with his friends and salvage it. We're still not there yet. We've said this. I've said it continuously for years. It might be another few years before we're even away from the troubles. The only way we're going to do that is get some investment in and get the debt cleared completely and get some money in the bank. That's what we need to do. However we do it, I don't know. But the European thing's very helpful. But many thanks to Mr. King. Very proud of him. Very proud. 10 out of 10.
You're a street fighter for Castlewell. JFK.
Well, I'm a bit the same as yourself. I'll give him a 9. You know, the Kashina and the Murty thing kind of sticks in my throat. But you've got to remember, Dave King came into Rangers when Mr. Murray was there, and he put a lot of money in, 21 million, if my memory serves me right. But he still come back again. And the word you used there was he took up the cudgels and went forward with that, and he got us into the position that we'll manage to, no say we're debt free, but we're up there again, you know. And I know we'll go into it later on in the hour here, but some of the rubbish press, you know, about walking away and things like that, you know, they should be ashamed of themselves and look at the bigger picture of what he's done for Rangers. Absolutely wonderful. And hopefully the legacy that he's left us will remain. Obviously, he's still got 26 or 27% stake in the company, you know. So he's going to hold on to that, as he's told us. So I think he's left us in an even keel now. And obviously, the things that are happening all over the world now is nothing to do with football. And I think that's left not just Rangers, but a lot of clubs in maybe a bit of financial dire straits. But that's nothing to do with what David King's done. No, and I've got to commend him for what he's done for the Glasgow Rangers.
He said exactly what we're doing on the tin. And my understanding was there was a board meeting on March the 14th, mate, and that was always going to be Dave King's final one. he stayed on I believe the retail board or whatever it's called, Bridgeman, to carry on and see if we can finalise the retail deal, because he's been involved with it for day one. And I know Fox has got very strong views on that, so I'm going to bring Fox in. There's also a street fighter for Castlemonk who speaks highly of Dave King. Evening, Fox.
Good evening.
All right, you've got strong views on Dave, and I don't mean to. I'm not saying that you know him, but some of the things you think he's done has been superb for the club.
I do. I mean, everybody makes out that the guy strolled into Rangers. The guy had to be begged. He was the only one that would stand up and go and help save us at the time. Much against what he thought was part of his duty, but at the end of the day, he did take it up as part of his duty to help revive the club. And I think us as Rangers supporters, regardless of what some people think of him, should be really grateful that he did step up to the plate when he did, mate. And can I also say the description of me there, like Bible John for the 1980s, mate, was a bit under the...
I think Bible John was the 60s, brother.
Bible John.
As if I just marched into dance halls and slung women there, my shooters and off for them.
They just fell at your feet, mate.
Crime Watch.
They just fell at your feet. You picked him up and away you went. I can't help it, that personality you had.
I mean, just because I had some chloroform on my hanky at the time, didn't he?
Oh my God!
Me like that.
Foxy, stop that! What is? I assume you're just joking with that one, huh? Shocker.
Fox, you've got views on the retail deal. This fella's asleep. He's been sniffing his hanky.
No, just leave me out just now, mate. Huh?
All right, okay. Aye, so look, if people have got other thoughts, and we'll give you your views quickly on the King regime. Other people might say it differently. We're an open house. What's the number, Bridgeman?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. You're brought into the call by the one and only Old School Blue, who's sitting in the background. So I think history will be kind to Dave King, GFK. I really do.
I can't see it any other way, mate. You're 100%. You know, we were looking for if the right phrases are the White Knight to come in, the shining armour, and come in and save us. We were desperate. Look where we were. We were desperate, and we needed somebody. And Dave King come in and I'll use your phrase again. He took up the cudgels and he went forward with it, and he got us into the position that we are now. And we've got to be very, very grateful for him. It's not everything's went right, but I would say 98% it has went right. So we've judged him on that, and I'm quite happy with. I'd like to see him stay, but obviously there's things out with Rangers that he's got to deal with. He's not just the Rangers director, but he's got other things, irons in the fire, which is his own business interest, and it goes with my blessing. It goes with my best of luck, no blessing.
Well, we've joined by a couple of callers. I think it's Bournemouth and also George Logan. George, I'll go to Bournemouth first.
How you doing, boys? All right?
Yeah, right, mate. How are you doing?
How you doing, lads? All right?
What's
all right, Bournemouth.
Just to back up what you guys were saying, that King came in, he's a bit of a saviour for us. He's stuck up for us. He's fought for us in the press. He's done everything he said he was going to do. He's put the money in. He brought boys in with him that could put money in. He's done everything. He's not done anything wrong. He's done everything that he said he would do, and he's done it, and he goes with my blessing, 100%.
Oh, said, young man. George?
Aye, I've got to agree with everyone you're all saying here tonight, Ox. For day one, I think the only guy who was going to come in and do anything for the club was got to be Dave King. The only one that was going to get rid of it. I say it for day one. I backed the guy. For day one, I was a Dave King fan. I was one of the guys that stood outside Ibrox in the snow and things like that to get rid of the board because I didn't believe they're the right guys for the job. I was one of the ones that had a paper on the day of the AGM after we. I think the right guy's got the job. Dave King and the, Paul Murray and the Three Bears and things like that. John Gilligan. I mean, none of these guys can be forgot for what they've actually done for the club, because I didn't think any other consortium would have come in and done the kind of things they've done. Dave King said I think it was in August or maybe September, Ox, this was going to be the end of March, this was going to happen. So it's no surprise. He's left us in an even keel. He's left us quite well. We're in a good place. We're not the greatest team in the world, but we've got a good team on the park, good manager. Ibrox, he's fought like gunnels every single week again. And he wants somebody to take us on to that next level. I think that's what Fox said a couple of months ago there. He didn't think that Dave King, but even before Dave King announced it, he didn't think Dave King was CEO of the year. He thinks he wants somebody now to take us to that next level, which is probably right. So for me, I can only thank the guy for everything what he's done for our club, and he's not leaving us. He's stepping aside and letting somebody take us to the next level, Ox.
Well said. Well said. I've never had the pleasure of meeting Dave King, but you know that I've known John Gilligan for a long number of years, George, and I would trust him as a Rangers guy. People all have different views, and when John was involved, it gave me a bit of comfort that we were moving in the right direction.
That's right. You kind of spoke to John Gilligan many times. I spoke to other guys many times, and I think they've been great for our club. Not everybody wanted Dave King to come in because there was that connection with David Murray and things like that. But for me, I just thought Dave King was going to be the right guy. He's done everything he said he was going to do. And I think in a few weeks' time, and it'll probably other people the higher pay grade than me will work out how much he's actually spent. I think it's on around about the £10 million mark, around about that area. And I think that's what he said he was going to have to do, Ox. So we're going to be thankful for what he's done. He's come into our club. He's got us set again. Got us a good manager. And I honestly believe for the next person who's got to come in, it's a lot easier job than what Dave King had when he came in on that night at the AGM, Ox.
Bridgeman, the model of a group of Rangers supporters so you're not exposed to the one individual. What's your thinking?
I think that was the best way forward, and I think there's a bit of legality in there that covers the club too. You know, if there's 30, if one of you own 30%, then they need to buy the rest of them out, type of thing, you know, or whatever percentage it was. So yeah, it's very good. I like the way they did it. I'm very, very happy with it, and I like the way they won their case. And they took their case all the way, and they went through and did the right thing, made the offer, and all the rest of the fans fell into line, or should I say shareholders. They all fell into line, which made the job better for them in the long run. It's a pity they had to go through it, but they did it, and very pleased, and the fans absolutely love them. They absolutely love our board now, and they'll back them to the out all the way.
It's not something that I enjoy speaking about, JFK, the boardroom stuff. It's no, you don't, you want to be talking about goals and who's a better player, but it's something that's important, eh?
Yeah, I think we've all came through that because of the situation, starting with the ABTs and then they threw us into the third division, Oxia. And I think what happened there is, I think 99%, 100% is go involved in the financial thing. We all look more into it, and I know I did, and I certainly think you guys did as well. And I think it was because we were wanting to find out as much information as we could. And I must admit, I mean, being a former shareholder myself, I wasn't really much into the boardroom stuff apart from attending the AGM and things like that. But no, I think since 2012 when things went bad for us and financially, etc., I did get more involved in what was happening financially and found myself looking a wee bit more into the boardroom stuff, and it's something I've continued to do. But you're right, I'd rather just speak about what's happening on the park, but I think what's happening in the last couple of seasons with Dave King, we getting the finances go. I mean, I know that there's definite financiers sitting waiting in the wings to be put into the club once things settle down a bit, but I know what you're saying, football we always want to talk about, but yeah, I find myself getting quite intrigued at times with some of the boardroom talk, but it's not what we want to be talking about all the time. It's really about the team on the park, mate.
Can I come in for that just a second, yes. Docs, yeah? Yes. It's just to say that at the last AGM, Dave King announced he was leaving, and everybody gave him a big round of applause and so on and so forth. and we felt some of the fans were a bit weepy on it. But the truth is, what he said was he was leaving and was reluctant to do so, but he has to do it for his own family and he has to step down. That's things like that. But he did say he was going to hang on, no matter what. He's going to stay, and he's the one that's going to keep the fight going against Ashley and the strip thing. So I don't know how that's going to work out, if indeed Dave is going to do that, or he's going to pass that cudgel on to someone else. I hope he does keep involved as far as that's concerned, because he's really the only one that knows how Mike Ashley and how their people work, and he needs to keep on top of that, or give it entirely over to someone else. I just don't want that to run away and be forgotten about, and we end up with another 7-year contract with Mr. Ashley we don't want.
I just hope that just comes to an end, mate. One day you wake up, it's gone, and we can move on, and the show becomes part of the stadium again, and we can move on. You know.
Here.
You know, it's very sad, but it's nothing to do with the people that's here at the moment. Bournemouth Bear.
No, it's no, but it's like all the guys have been saying that Dave King came in, he promised everything, and he's kept up his promises. He's done everything, and even though he's passing the baton on, it's carrying on for his programme. He might have had a programme, all right, he's only stayed for 2 or 3 years to the programme, but the programme keeps going with the people that's coming in. And I think the club is a very, very stable club now, from top to bottom, for the youths to the first team, money-wise, from top to bottom. I think we're in a very, very good place. And I don't think Dave King would have come in a few years back and done what he's done just to walk out and leave us in no man's land. So I reckon we're a very, very good, stable club now, in a good position. And the baton's passed on to people that he can trust, people that he's maybe dealt with through the years, that will take us on going forward.
Aye, it's moving on to the next level and just moving up that small step. George Logan,
Well, that's what it's all about, Ox. I think we always say that we needed these type of guys in Parks and all the ones I mentioned, John Gilligan, all these guys who've got Rangers at their heart. Dave King's got Rangers at his heart. He's a supporter just like the rest of us. I've told you a few times when I've been in the corridors after a draw or a defeat and things like that, and they're all walking about that blue room absolutely gutted. And that's when you can. I don't know if a lot of the guys who were in before have been that gutted to see Rangers dropping points or going out of cups and things like that. They were all gutted, genuinely gutted. They didn't want to talk to anybody. Jacob's going away down the stairs on the way home and things like that, because they felt it just like the rest of us. They all wanted to do the very best for our club, and not everybody wanted Dave King and the Bears and things like that to come in when they came in. And see, to be honest, if somebody came out and said to me away back then, and I never ever took to Mike Castle because I seen what happened with Newcastle, but there were certain other folk who had maybe involved in the club that tried to get involved in the club. And if he came out and turned around and says, I've got 50 million, I'm going to splash it, I would have jumped at that. Of course I would have, because I just wanted to be back where I was. Dave King never ever said that. Dave King said, this is a 7-year, Paul Murray said, it's a 7-year project and we're going to eventually get there. And that when he says that, that's him telling you, we've got to do this the right way, and we're not just going to throw all our eggs in one basket and go for it in 2 seasons. And we've climbed that ladder in the last couple of years, and now we need that extra wee bit of finance, and that's when he's going to have to step aside. We're keeping an eye on the club still, but bringing guys in with more finance to take us to that next level, Locks.
Yeah, and on this day, just to show you where we've came and travelled, George, 32,682 turned up. Stuart McCall's team played Cowdenbeath with Cammy Bell, Mosney, Lee Wallace, Lee McCulloch, Darren McGregor, Nicky Law, David Templeton, Dean Shields, Andy Murdoch, Nicky Clark, Kenny Miller, Harris Footage, Ryan Hardy and Ian Black came on as subs. There wasn't a lot of money in that team, was there? There wasn't a lot of where we've came for in 5 years, Bridge.
We really scraped through that game, Ox. I can't really remember. Did Harris Footage
we won 4-1.
through that?
Late goals,
well, there you go.
We won 4-1.
The best player we had to... I apologise, I was speaking over you, George.
Sorry. No,
I was going to say the best player we had out of that team, based on what we saw anyway, was the boy Harris Footage. He was a cracking player, you know. But I mean, it was just incredible that we had a team full of talent like that, if you follow what I mean. Very poor, wasn't it? Really, very poor. However, that's the way it was.
With no assets on the park, with no assets off the park, we were rudderless. He came in. The first real appointment, Bournemouth Bear, was having a go with Mark Warburton.
Yeah, but as you say, when he came in, there wasn't a lot, and that's what I was saying earlier on. When you look at our club from top to bottom now, there's a lot of differences. And all right, I know we're not winning things, but there's big differences in the club, whether it's from top to bottom, youth teams to first teams, the structure in the club. There's something there now. We've got something that we can build on, and this has been done to Dave King coming in with his team and getting a management team with Gerrard, Beale, whoever, and we've got a proper structure. We've got a proper team now there, and we've got something to build on. And I think Dave King's left something for the people that's coming in that we can keep building on.
Yeah. Obviously, in business terms, GFK, the last couple of weeks, the next few weeks are going to hit us as a club, but just the same as everybody else. But that's not something we can't blame Dave King for that. But I think when you take up the baton and you're judged by how you pass the baton on, I've gave him 8.5 out of 10. Bridgeman has gave him 10 out of 10. I think overall, I've got to say, I think he's done a fantastic job for us. Last word, JFK.
Aye, definitely. I mean, I'll give him a 9. I'm agree with you because I'll give Murty the benefit of the doubt because I think he was thrown in at the deep end. But aye, you can't argue what Dave King's done. Fantastic as far as I'm concerned, and I hope he remains having a bit of hold on Rangers. I mean his shares, and hopefully he's got some sort of input in it going forward, mate. I hope that is as far as definitely.
Can I have a wee final word on that, Oxchair? Just one wee final word. I think we just need to notice it if we can.
Or it's you?
I'm just going to say, all we need to do, if we can, is find out what the press think of Mr. Dave King as Rangers chairman. That'll tell you everything. I'll tell you absolutely everything. That's how good a job he's doing.
I don't want to go into it, but we've seen the falsehoods, and I'll say it, the falsehoods that were in the Scottish media today,
Yeah.
That Dave King was leaving because his business empire was in trouble. Dave King announced that he was leaving at
the AGM last November.
AGM before we even knew we thought Corona was a lager.
No, absolutely right.
He's done exactly what he said he would do, and he goes with my best wish, and I hope Donald Parks come in along with John Bennett in an interim, because obviously we'll need to have either they'll go to the AGM or we'll have to have a special EGM when things calm down eventually, if they ever do, and then we'll move forward. There's been a lot of names made. I see that Souness was mentioned again in some of the tabloids, but we'll see what it takes us, and with the right people, with the right backing, and with the support, George, we can only go one way.
That's right, Ox. That's right. I mean, what you just said a couple of minutes ago there about the next couple of months. The next couple of months doesn't mean anything in football terms, Ox. You're on here every night trying to give that wee bit of light or relief of what's actually going on in the world. There's more important things, of course there is. And what you just said there a minute ago is probably right for every club in the world, that they're all going to feel the pinch of the next couple of months. But as Rangers and where we are, and because we believe in the team and the board and things like that, the season tickets will come back out possibly the middle of next month, maybe even the end of this month, middle of next month probably, and I would imagine the biggest majority will just sign it and send it away again. So that's the kind of fans we are. I've heard about certain teams maybe got to offer their fans discounts and things like that. I don't believe any, but I'm talking for me personally, I wouldn't take a discount next season. I wasn't getting anything back anyway, so I'll go and I'll sign that for next season, and I know a lot of fans will just do the exact same because we want the best for the club. Whether I've done it for certain other people involved in my club, Ox, I didn't actually know, because I had my season ticket for many years and I let it go 1 year, kept on going to the games just so that certain person wasn't getting all my money in a one or so. I'd probably look at it that way again. And but for me, I'm delighted with how our club's going, Ops.
Yeah. So then as in the new guys have come in, GFK, and they're tasked with just moving as that small step forward. That's all they've got to do. Does it sound a lot, does it?
No, of course, and theoretically, no, it doesn't. You know, but there's foundations being laid, you know, and Douglas Park's come in and he'll carry the mantle, he'll take the baton up and go forward. And we're the same as every other club in Britain or the world. You know, there's finances to be gained, and I'm sure that Rangers will do that, and the new board will. And I'm quite happy with that. I mean, Douglas Park's got a good reputation with Rangers. He's not just somebody who's come in at the last minute. We all know that he's got an association, has an association with Rangers for many, many years. So I'm happy with that appointment. Dave King's created I can't remember the words that he used, some sort of consultation thing with going forward. I might be wrong with that.
On the across the GFK. To the caller come in, turn the show off. Carry on, GFK. I think it was Andy.
Was it Andy that? Dave King had said today in his statement that he's left a group of board members who are going to go forward and take us to the next step. And we hope the next step is Rangers being at the very, very top again where we deserve to be. So, but there's a lot of other things to fight, as we all know, and I agree with your said there about rubbish about he's jumped ship, that because of different this was discussed at a board meeting 4 or 5 weeks ago, and we already knew, as Bridgeman said, that he was going to go. We were blessed, and they got a round of applause at the AGM. So, like yourself, it goes with my best wishes, and I know he will be a constant visitor back at Ibrox.
There's one thing intrigued me, George, and you're quite a clever bloke, George. They went for all the wealthy and the high-heeled Ranger supporters. How have they not went to Bridge?
I'm very private about
that. See no more.
Comment. No comment.
I'm saying I'm keeping it very quiet. I'm very private about that. So any contacts for Rangers, I keep it to myself. To be honest,
I just wondered because they've approached.
I'm obviously they've not got in touch with me. But I'm joking. But you know that as George Logan said there, as soon as they announce when the season tickets are out, the Bridgeman will be in there. He'll be in the front of the queue. Get it done. Yeah, and I don't care. This season, obviously, in all probability, put it that way, we will probably not play another game of football. So we won't see our team for probably the best part of 4 months now, between now and 4 months. I don't think so anyway. I don't want any money back from Rangers. I want Rangers to keep my money. And just whatever's there, just do it.
You're here.
I don't want to.
See on the talk as soon as I know it's been going on for months and weeks and whatever. What is there a possibility? Do you think? What do you think? What do you guys think? Is it a goer? Or is it a?
As soon as a chairman, what business acumen has Souness got? As a name, we'd love him, but what business acumen has he got? Anyway, we've been joined by Big Al.
I was thinking about it earlier on.
Evening, gentlemen.
How is everybody?
How you doing, Big Al? How you doing, Big Man?
How's everybody in Big Al's world? Everybody.
Aye. We're all brand new, man. Blair had tonsillitis. It was a wee bit of panic.
I'm worried.
Aye. Well, we didn't know, you know what I mean? But it was just tonsillitis, so he's fine. Right. The girls are there. Everybody's at school, so I'm still at my work. Oh. I'm just waiting for somebody to start sneezing and coughing so I can get a get out clause. But apart from that, no, everyone's all right here. I think it's starting to get worse here, though. That's the thing. But I'm all right. I'm quite isolated, so I'm not bad. Me and the dog go for a walk. I can go fishing just myself. All the good things in life.
All right, mate. As long as
peace and quiet. That's peace and quiet. Then, Big Al.
Peace and quiet. Correct. Aye.
All right, Big Man. I've not heard from you for a while. Everything. You've just been busy.
Yeah, I've just been busy, man. I've just been busy with that work. Trying to get things out of the line. So
I don't know if you're hearing me. We're talking about the King legacy, and we're talking about going forward.
I'd give King a 7.5.
And you're a hard man to judge. You're a hard judge.
I think there were still some things a bit of grey area and that. It seemed like I read a couple of these statements this morning, like the one for the club and then the one for himself, slightly contradict each other. But look, if he wasn't there, who was going to come in? That's the thing. He stepped up, so I'll give him that. He's got his own things he needs to look after now. I'll agree with what you said as well. He made that at the turn of the year, said he was going to step aside, which is good. I think maybe if he had stepped aside and such things weren't going on in the world, we would have had a full-time chairman in. So we've got an interim at the moment. Everybody knows everything's up in the air. So if the investment's still sitting there, it's just been ring-fenced for future investment. That's great. We can't say that for definite because we don't know what's going to happen in the world.
You can't make any business decisions.
No, you can't. No, look, I know my work, mate, and I know projects moving forward. There's so much discussion going on because the majority of the stuff that we get here in Australia comes straight from China. So there's a major supply chain issues. So I take it that affects Mr. King's businesses, your business, Starbuild's business, Cambridge. Yeah, it affects everybody. So very uncertain. But a couple of things I would just like one thing that was really not annoying me, but I was thinking about the past couple of weeks I've been listening to you. So are we turning into Arsenal? And the reason I say that is we've got a manager that hasn't performed great on the park. He's not got the league title, but he's bringing in revenue. To me, that stinks of mediocrity in regards to what an Arsene Wenger was. Didn't care if they won the league, but they were quite happy being the champions because the revenue was covered.
I'll car part that big man because we're talking about King tonight, and maybe we could come back here and move on. But we've been joined by Andy. Evening, Andy.
How you doing, boys? Everybody well?
At the moment, mate. At the moment, how's yourself?
Good.
And how's that brother of yours?
Oh, he's having a bad time at the minute, like, but he'll come back. You know.
All right.
Well, he'll come back when he's right.
All right. All the best.
He got through to me the first time there, like, but I'm trying to push all these buttons. I think I've had too much drink, man. I'm trying to pushing every button, but one here I couldn't get it open. There. But there you go. We're here now, aren't we? So.
What's your thoughts, Dave King's legacy?
Dave King, I'm with you. I think he's done very well. He's done nothing that he didn't say he was going to do. Like I used to say at Shuggy and that, and anybody that listened, he was granite. You wouldn't get near him. But I'll tell you what. See at that last AGM that they had there last time, he cracked a wee bit, didn't he? And the old tear come to the eye and. So he's got it. He's not walking out of Rangers and leaving us in a worse position than what we were. He knows he's got something in mind there for us to go forward. In my opinion, I'd be surprised anyway if he did. You know.
Well, we brought the boy. His name's escaped me. We brought the new guy in, who's the Japanese investor. He's obviously no for Japan originally, but
Graham, is it? Graham?
Graham Bennett.
Graham. No, somebody Graham, is it?
Oh, man, I forgot his name. That's terrible. Is
it not Graham Bennett?
I'll get it.
Sure
carry on, Andy.
Aye, so like I say, I think we'll be all right. I think the right guys will come in. I think the money we've made in Europe with the current situation we are in worldwide here, that'll see us all right. I see the filth and the one eyebrow gear and beginning to make stories up about us and all that, but nothing new there, is there? You know, we'll be all right here. It's we're all going to get hard times here. I see them talking about a 14 team, bring a 14 team in there. I just seen that about an hour ago. No, I don't. But it wouldn't surprise you, would you? So that they get it and the jam facts don't go down, like wouldn't surprise me. But there you go.
Stuart Gibson.
Sure. Where did they get Bennett? Somebody called Bennett in the board.
Your favourite nightclub.
John Bennett. John Bennett. On the board. Yeah.
Can I say something?
You missed that one, GFK.
Can I make a comment what Andy said there?
Aye.
Do you know, see about moving the league and that and all this, kid? Do you know something? See, at this present time, I don't really care who wins the league, guys. They can give them it if they want. I just doesn't.
The night's about Dave.
No, I know. So just to what Andy said there, it doesn't interest me in the slightest, you know. So I just think there's a lot of things bigger than winning the league, you know.
Exactly.
So, but Dave King, I know we're talking about Dave King tonight. Honest, sorry about it, mate.
Aye, but look, I mean, it's only history, and Big Al's point about Dave King with Gerrard, I'll accept that he's not won the league. But God, is he up to a profile, Bridgeman? And if we just get it slightly better, we'll be there.
100%, yep. I think he's a quality manager. I think he's going to do some wonderful stuff for us. I think the biggest problem that Rangers have got is a similar problem to they've had for a number of years, and that's they just don't. I know there's been cash put in, but they haven't been invested in the correct players. So hopefully the manager will be correcting that and bringing in better quality players. And you're looking for, I would imagine, 2-3 good quality players with some better players than we've got at the moment on top of that. So I would say maybe 4 or 5 if we can get it. Whether we've got the money or not, I don't know. And what I don't want is I don't want our club to begin any more years of owing something like 10 to 15 million pounds. Don't want that. Want the money cleared off and start running the club properly.
But there's going to be stars with people on contracts only going to get touched going forward, mate. This is the game changer in football. What's happening this new, in my opinion. George Logan.
I think we're building a good enough team. I think everybody knew when Steven Gerrard came in, I was wanting to give him a chance, but I didn't think he was the right guy because I thought we needed somebody with a wee bit more experience. Of course, we've been proved wrong. Delighted to be proved wrong. Our European run just shows you that. I think he's done an excellent job for us. Could we have done any better? Of course, we could have. I think we had the league in the bag coming up to the end of the season, and we basically thrown it away. At the end of the year, then we basically thrown it away for ourselves. The board's backed him all the way with the kind of money we'll bring in. Left backs at 2 million, left wingers 2 and 3 million, then Kent at 7 million. So I think we've been backed all the way. Steven Gerrard's definitely the right man for the job. If we win the league this year, if the league doesn't finish, doesn't matter what happens this year. I was always got to say Steven Gerrard going forward next season. And if we can get 2 or 3 players to add to what we've got, we're definitely going in the right direction. And like the board said way back when they said 6 and 7 year, the team we're playing against has had Champions League money for however many years. We've not had that benefit in that like they've had. So I think if we go next season again, we'll be a lot closer, and we need to start winning cups. So for me, it's all positive for me at the club. The New York City, like I want to win the league. It's not happening right now, but apart from that, it's all positive.
Mm-hmm. And the plus side of what you're saying is we've not got that massive wage bill that somebody else has got when the stadiums are empty. Bridgeman?
Yeah, absolutely right there. It's apparently it's an absolutely huge. I don't know all the figures, but apparently an absolutely huge wage bill they've got, and that's not just for the players; it's for everybody in the club's well paid. The ones that are being paid, they're all well highly paid. So they're allegedly a very professional outfit, and they're paying salaries to suit. I think based on salaries at the moment, I can see the way things are going. I believe that Juventus have come out and the Juventus players have agreed to, I believe it's happening anyway, a 50% wage cut while the coronavirus thing's going on. That may happen at our club. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if there's going to be a negotiation or whether the players will just come out and say we'll accept a 50% wage cut. Because Hearts are leading the way there. I don't know if that'll ever happen over across the road there. I don't think so. But
I think the players' union, who should have a responsibility of football before and after this, should have been in and negotiating something quick for the benefit of the whole of football.
Yep, 100% agree with you. 100%.
In other countries, maybe if they looked at what everybody else is getting and just dropped to 80% right away, they could have done themselves a favour morally.
Can I comment on that? I watched something today regarding the players' contracts, and was an agent said today he reckons that the FITBA contracts might go the same way as the NBA, and like drafting players, and the same as American FITBA, because he thinks that now that the players might have more of an upper hand now, because there's in Scotland especially it's clause 12 that says that players' contracts will be terminated, etc., for things that's happening. So that'll be interesting to see, and I don't think that'll affect us very much, but I think it might affect the puddle drinkers. You know, we know that the massive wage bill they've got. Going forward for us, I'm still saying that Steven Gerrard still needs to win the league next season, or he needs to go. I'm not going to back down on that, and that's not me being negative. I know there's a lot of things happening in the world now, as I said before, but for me, it's still going to be, he's got to win the league next season, whenever that is, and if he doesn't, then I think he's got to be replaced, and I'm not going to change my mind on that. He's done great things. I've never changed for that. I think he's done a great job, but I don't think Big Al made a great point about another Arsenal, and I don't want it to be another Arsenal.
We'll be joined by just let me come back to you. We'll be joined by CC. Evening, CC.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Aye, we can hear you, mate.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How are you, mate? How's the family? How's the?
I'm all right. Everybody's all right.
Mate, everything all right. I got your message, by the way.
Yep. No, I'm brand new. Still at work. I'm a key worker. I'm out there working. So I'm keeping all the audience happy. Keeping the telly coming in for them.
What happens when you're a gigolo?
That's what it is. Or was it a meal strip on a go-go bar? Your old job.
GC, I've seen him naked, mate. It's no nice.
Oh, you keep that yourself, Jimmy.
What a point. What's on your mind, brother?
Well, I would just want to talk about Mr. Dave King.
Go on then.
He wasn't my flavour of the month. I didn't want him to come in. Originally, he came in, and I've backed him ever since he's been in, and I'd like to doff my cap to him and say thanks very much. So I was one of the things I didn't want to come in at the start for was the things when he was saying it was they wanted to put their season ticket money in a different account and all that, and they would do this. There was a lot of people in here as well who religiously every year bought season tickets, no matter who was there. We didn't know who the board was, and we always done it. And there was always, once the new regime came in, there was a lot of people go on the board, get jobs, out it all. And they got lorded on the main stone and amongst all the what do you, I don't want to swear, what do you call it? All the big mob. Yes, right?
Yes, all right.
And the people that were in there just get pure blanked. So they were. But as I says at the start, I didn't want him in, but I'd off my cap to him, and thanks very much, Mr. Dave King, for everything you've done for my club.
So you had reservations, mate, and you've been honest about them because of the split in the support. I remember at the time you were very vociferous about that. You felt that people should have went come what may, and I understand that. But you recognise that he's done a decent job, eh?
Aye, he brought the money men in. The money men, you can't doubt him for what he's done. I would just wish they would stand up for the fans more. That's it. The dignified silence is still continued. There's no use coming out with a wee statement now and again and then doing nothing about it. Because we've been shot on for high heaven.
Maybe that's a good point. If maybe somebody's more local, more hands-on, rather than being abroad.
Aye.
Maybe there could be a positive going forward with the change.
Yep. But we all knew it was going to happen anyway, so we did.
He said exactly what he'd do, and he's done it, hasn't he?
Aye.
You know,
he definitely has.
I mean, when you were looking online, you seen the headlines today, I bet you were laughing.
I did. See, to be honest with you, since this coronavirus had come in, football's not bothered my arse. I've not even looked into it or nothing. That's the last thing in my mind. No about my health issues, what I was saying to you last night, but there's more things in the world going on. Football comes second. It really does come second. And my season book, they can keep it all. I'll still give him my money. I'll still be there every week. Do you know what I mean?
Because that's what we do.
Aye, that's it.
That's what we do. George, any comment?
Aye, but what I was just about to say there, Rox, I mean, I keep on, I'm not feeling guilty about talking about football, but I keep on saying, of course, CC's right. There is more important things going on in the world now, but we're having a wee, just to talk about something different, to be fair. And we're talking about Dave King, and if you look at the youth setup as well, Rox, I mean, we've all been raving about it for the last year or so anyway, but we've actually got a youth setup now. We had absolutely nothing. We were destroyed for the back, right through to the front. It wasn't just the main team, and the place was looking run down and things like that. I mean, no young laddie wanted to come and play for us because, let's be honest, I mean, Barry Ferguson got slapped in the face for saying we were a basket case. I'll say it now, we were a basket case under a certain regime. All the fans did there and we tried to do our best, but with certain people at the club, it just wasn't going to happen. And now the setup, I think we've got a good manager, and we've got good scouts, and I think we've got a good youth setup coming through. We can actually see young laddies maybe coming through and making a bit of a name for themselves. And we couldn't have seen that a couple of years ago. So it's more positive for me, Ox. I'm not saying we're the greatest club and everything's completely perfect for us, or we want certain things to change. Of course I would, but we're definitely getting there, and the youth setup's another positive for me.
A fair comment, mate. We have won trophies, we've won competitions, not just in my own country, but abroad, Andy.
Definitely. We've got to start bringing some of these boys through, though, now, and at least getting 3 or 4 out of them. I know it's going to be hard in this modern day, where we're at now, but you can keep bringing them through, winning these tournaments over there, but you've got to start introducing some of them, seeing them they play, like I said to you before, like you, Derek Johnson. There's got to be 1 or 2 diamonds there that you come in, oh, wait a minute, he's going to do it. If we don't try them and keep putting them out on loan and letting them go away, that's going to be one of our problems, isn't it? I think myself, And we're struggling a bit for money. We've got to get back to the grassroots and all that, Personally, I'd like to see 11 Rangers men in the team, but that's not going to happen this day and age, right enough. But, there is good players in that. Let's try them out, Can't you do any list from some of them that's in that team? That's all I'll say on that. But, I think, we've got to move forward in the positive way, and we're all in it together. So give some of these guys, these young boys, or let them get to an age, and if we're all in it together, let's give them a go. And they might just shock us and say, oh, wait a minute, he's a player. He's a player. There you go. So here we go.
It's a hard bit getting the youth into the team bridge, isn't it? It's the hard bit. There's a lot of luck involved in.
Oh, absolutely. And we have to be very honest as well. Do we think they're good enough? I quite like the young lad that was a right back. That's the most recent one. He came out and played right back, and he's only had his 1 wee chance at the boy Parson. But he's never really had a sniffy a spot since then. So he's one of a few that could make it. But time goes on, and Rangers need to be playing top level. They need top level players. They need to be playing top level football every week. Although some of the last few games we've played didn't look like top level, but we need to be doing that. That's what we need to be aiming for. And whether we've got good enough young players to come in and walk straight into our team, I just don't know. But I'd love to see it try. And I like the boy Patterson, and there'll be others, and I'm sure we should be able to do something. But I think the very first thing we need a steady team playing really good football, and youngsters can walk in and be carried for every well if necessary.
Can I just come in there, Ox, about the youth?
Yes, mate.
I think our biggest problem there for the last few years is, take for example Billy Gilmore, who was tempted away by a Premier League club. I think the sign that we managed to get Leon King, who was really sought after by big English Premier teams, we've managed to hold on to that boy, and that points up well for the future. That's the hard bit, getting by when they've got to sign a professional contract. If you get them into to do that, that's the first sign that we're getting used through, for me anyway.
Fox, you were commenting with offshore about some of the stuff you've observed in the last few days about what's happening with the youth.
I've noticed all the young boys doing their wee drills, etc. It might not look much, but I think Rangers are so far advanced in Scotland to leave everybody behind with their youth sides. And if you look at the recent Scotland call-ups for the youth teams, we had more players representing the country than any other club. So the signs are good for the youth development, and I think they're doing a great job there.
All right. Well, I can't believe it. Bridgeman, we've reached that time in the evening, but I just want to say, Dave King, for everybody here at Rangers Radio, thanks very much. Bridgeman.
Oh, what can I say? What a wonderful, wonderful tribute to Dave King. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And great for everybody's input. I'm really pleased. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and please, particularly Rangers fans in here on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, please keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers do really need us, you know. Keep it going.
Can I thank everybody who's joined us on the panel tonight, everybody in the lobby taking part. Remember, everybody, stay safe, stay indoors, look after the NHS, and look after your loved ones. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night, just to lighten the mood between 9 and 10, talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Old School Blue.
We support the Glasgow Rangers, doing it Ibrox is the place, and we will follow in the championship race. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. It's true, the magic boys in blue are the best team in the land. You've got to queue and govern to get a ticket for the stand. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. We've spent a lot of money on great players, yes, that's true. But the Rangers fans deserve the best from the boys in royal blue. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. Ago the story, it was dismal, full of gloom. Now we're building an extension for the Ibrox trophy room. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. In Europe we'll be travelling by land and sea and plain. The teddy bears have got the bears and we're on the march again. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest